So in this video, we're going to be learning how to create these three awesome morphism effects. So let's get into it. The first thing we do is to create a dummy HTML file. We're going to call this morphism tutorial. And then hit create. And as usual, we have three different files: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I'm just going to create the HTML skeleton for what we're about to do right now. I'm going to give it a class of morph1. Then I'm going to duplicate this 3 times. Then I'm going to change this to 2, this to 2, this to 3, this to 3. And that's all we need for the skeleton, the HTML skeleton for what we're about to create. Now let's move into the CSS part. Usually I like to create some initial stylings, but you don't have to do that. I'm going to do that anyways. Set font size to 15 pixels. Font weight, set it here to bold. And then the color, set it to gray. Currently, this is what our design looks like. I'm going to set a display. I'm going to set a display of flex. If I could type that right. Then I'd like the flex direction to be column. I'm going to justify content to center all the divs. Then I'm going to align items to center. Now this last styling won't work, and as you can see, the justification has been centered, but I would like this morphism to come down to the center of the page. So to do that, I like to give the body height property. I'm going to set it to 100 viewport. Now if I run this code, you notice that the divs has been centered in the center of the page. Alright, now so going into the divs, I'm going to give a general styling for each and every one of them. Let's give it a width of 200 pixels, height of 200 pixels. Some of what's going on in the background, I'm going to give the body a background color of something that's close to white but not necessarily white. So we're going to select using the color selector on this, take it up the notch. I think this is okay. Alright, close this off. Not color, but the background color. Let's run that, see what we have. Everything is almost set. Let's give the divs a gap of 20 pixels each. Now we can start styling the box shadows. So we'll start off with all of the divs. Create a box shadow effect. Give it 12 pixels by 12 pixels. Then we'll give it a blur radius of 12 pixels. I'm going to be selecting an RGBA value. That's going to be black, but with a 0.1 opacity. And let's run that. Now, as you can see, we're having the shadows on the three of the morphs. Now we're going to add the light effect that you saw earlier. It's going to be coming here with a minus 10 pixels, minus 10 pixels, the 10 pixels blur shadow of absolute white. And when you run this, you get that awesome morph effect. Now let's also center our text. We use the text align property. Center. Then we can give it a padding value of say 100 pixels. There we go. Now we can start adding the shadows for the three different boxes. I'm going to cut out this box shadow effect, and that's what we're going to be needing. So now I'm going to be selecting the classes. So remember what we called it, said morph 1. So for the first one, we're going to give it this default box shadow effect that we created. Second one, so we're calling the insert attribute, which will send the light effect inside of the box. So let's run that and see what we have. Okay, as you can see, we're already getting just the exact effect we wanted. I'm going to do that for the last one, morph 3. Paste. I'm going to be doing the same thing here, insert. And then for the first one, we're going to also be doing the insert attribute by converting vertical and horizontal attributes. Let's run that. As you can see, we're already having the exact effect we needed. Now one last thing is to give all of the divs a box, or rather a border radius. And that's it. As you can see, we have everything we need. So this is about it. That's just the code we need to create this morphism effect. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.